Hey guys, it's Dr. Adrian, and in today's video I would like to tell you about thyroid nodules and cysts, and specifically in which situations you should actually remove them and in which scenarios you can just leave them like that and try to shrink them and fix them naturally. So let's speak about the thyroid nodules. Well, the most common questions that I'm getting is, Dr. Adrian, do you actually have to remove them or not? So in most cases you don't have to remove them. This is because most of the thyroid nodules are benign. But there are situations, of course, in which you want to consider removing them. The first one is when the nodule is malignant. So malignant means that it may cause cancer, and this may be a danger for your life. And the way to check it is with the fine needle aspiration. Just make sure to remember that, because many often doctors just check the nodules with ultrasound or, for example, with radioactive iodine uptake, and this may not be enough. Okay, so you want to ask your doctor to check it with the fine needle aspiration just to make sure that the nodule is malignant and it requires to be removed. Okay, because there are scenarios in which it turns out that a doctor thought that it was malignant, but in reality it's not, and you are doing a surgery unnecessarily. Okay, so the second situation is obstruction of your neck, and this is very dangerous for you because this prevents you from breathing properly. And in this situation you also want to consider removing the nodule, maybe not instantly, maybe you want to give it some time, maybe you can still try to shrink it naturally, but eventually if it's too much for you and this really disrupts your breathing, then you want to remove it. Okay, and the third situation is the situation in which a nodule secretes excess amount of thyroid hormones. So let's say that you are doing your lab tests, you see together with your doctor that you have too much thyroid hormones production, and this has been going on for too much time, and you've tried naturally or you still want to try naturally, but it doesn't really get fixed. Well, that's the situation in which you also want to remove thyroid nodule. Well, now you may want to ask me, what actually causes these thyroid nodules to be, enlarged, and how can I fix that naturally? So the two main things that cause it is too much estrogen and iodine deficiency. So the first one we call estrogen dominance. This usually happens if you have a hormonal imbalance. A great remedy for that would be DIM. DIM is a supplement that you take daily for a couple of weeks. This should help you to decrease estrogen levels so you can shrink the thyroid nodule. Another one is iodine deficiency. Iodine deficiency you want to test with 24 iodine urine test. And if you are deficient, you want to supplement with Lugol solution just to make sure that you have enough iodine in your body so the nodule can get shrinked. Okay, now it's important for estrogen to check it also with saliva. So many often you are going to a doctor, he'll just check it from the blood and the result is actually optimal or within the reference range. But if you go to a good functional doctor, he will actually order a more specific test, which is testing for estrogen from your saliva. Especially if you are a menstruating woman, this can be very beneficial for you because you are checking estrogen in different points during the cycle. And from this test it turns out that you have estrogen dominance. Okay, so remember that it's always also about the test, not just about the thing that is causing these thyroid nodules, but also a way of testing is important. Okay, so those are the two main, pretty much most common root causes that you have to work on to fix these nodules. Now, what about the natural remedies? Well, the first one, as I said, is DIM. You can be taking DIM for a couple of weeks. This should help you to decrease estrogen. Also, diet is important. You don't want to be consuming too much soy because soy increases your estrogen levels. You want to avoid so-called estrogen mimicking foods, like for example tons of grains, for example tons of processed foods, refined sugar, refined also oils, hydrogenated oils. All of these bad foods, unhealthy foods, will unfortunately increase your estrogen, and this will prevent you from healing these nodules naturally. And the last remedy is castor oil. Castor oil packs are great because you can apply them to your neck for a couple weeks. every time you apply it for 15 to 60 minutes, but you use it for a couple weeks, and this should help you to decrease the inflammation around your neck, and also this may help you to shrink these thyroid nodules. So this is another remedy, and I've made a video about this. So in this video you will find exactly the detailed instructions on how you can apply this castor oil packs. This is the video. You can just click the video, watch it, and this will also help you to shrink and eventually fix this thyroid nodule. So if you have any questions, guys, comment below, and I will see you in the next video.